Hello guys. I'm super pleased to welcome you on my YouTube channel where we continue our human design series about different energy types. And more specifically, in today's video, we are covering the projector's secrets. And this is what we are going to discuss today. So the unique characteristics of projectors and their key role, the different types of the projectors, how to get an invitation generally in life and more specifically in a business setting. So this will be really valuable for those projectors who are in business. Projector success, what does it mean? How to achieve it? And what's the most effective manifestation strategy specifically for projectors? And last but not least, I'm going to share with you guys the key productivity and success recommendations, which will be based upon my experience working with my clients, upon my research, my own observations, which I'm sure you will find really valuable. So let's get started. Okay, but first things first, I'd like to make a quick introduction for those people that are new to my channel. My name is Ina, and I call myself a human design analyst and manifestation expert, and I help ambitious people achieve a breakthrough in their career, in their business, by helping them monetize their unique abilities and develop their personalized, unique manifestation strategy based on such systems as human design, Gene Keys, and some other advanced manifestation methods. Also, I'd like to make a quick announcement for entrepreneurs watching this video. So I've recently created a free guide called Business Success Strategy based on your human design type, where I collected all my observations on how to be the most productive and the most successful in business based, again, on your human design type. So if you feel that you are not getting that breakthrough, if you are stuck, if you are doing something wrong, things are not working out for you, I strongly recommend to download this free guide, because most likely you'll find the answer why things are not working out for you in this free guide. All right, let's move on. So what does it really mean to be a projector? In the human design system, projectors are classified as non-energy types. And this is due to the fact that their sacral energy center will always be white or undefined in the body graph. However, does it really mean that projectors do not have energy at all, or that they are lazy in comparison to other people? Of course not. That's actually, guys, a misconception. What this really means is that most projectors do not really have that consistent sustainable life force energy that allows them to work long hours, work hard, like do different physical activities for a long period of time, as it is, for example, the case for for generators and manifesting generators. You guys were born to do a very specific type of work, which I will cover a little later. So another important thing I'd like to mention is that the environment for all projectors is key. This has to do with your open sacral energy center. So what an open sacral energy center does, it mirrors the sacral energy of the other people, and it amplifies it. So if you are surrounded by people who are not happy with the work they do, they are frustrated, they are stressed, there is this undelicious energy that they are projecting, that will be the energy you will be taking on board. However, if you are a little bit more aware of your environment, if you put yourself in those networks where people enjoy what they do, you will be feeling that happiness and that satisfaction 10 times more. So be very mindful of your environment, guys. Another important thing I'd like to mention is your aura. So as you can see on the picture, it's focused and absorbing. And you can really think of your aura as that focused beam of energy, which will be always directed at the magnetic monopole or the G center of the other person. So what is the G center of the other person? What does it represent? So it's the identity, it's the essence, it's the true self of the other person. And because of this aura, you have this incredible ability to understand other people better than they can understand themselves. You are so good at seeing, at noticing like what's special about the other person, what's interesting about them, what's different about them, who are they, right? Another interesting thing that your aura can do is to sense the areas of development of the other person. How can this person become more efficient? How can this person use their energy more productively? You projectors are the system thinkers. You can see things that most people simply can't. And this is when we approach your key role. So what's your key role? Your key role is to be that expert, that guide, that leader that again guides people in the right direction, helps systems be more efficient, helps people be more productive, and generally improve people's life. Again, not to work hard, not to do those typical 9-to-5 jobs where you would just simply burn out. You are here. If, for example, we put a projector in the organization, that person will organize things in the best possible way so that everyone understands what they need to be doing. Everyone understands their role. They work in the most productive and efficient way. If you take that projector away, the organization will simply go bankrupt. That's how I look at it. And another interesting thing, if you put a different projector in that organization, the impact will be obviously be different, but the key thing is that the projectors will hold the companies together. They are the CEOs, the strategic people who can see things 5 years from now, that create visions, that organize processes and help people be as efficient as they possibly could be. So really bear this in mind, my dear projectors, and never think that because you are not, you don't have as much energy to work long hours, you are not enough in any way, shape or form. Your type of work is very different to the majority of the population. All right, let's move on. So the different types of the projectors. There are classic projectors, motorized, and mental. So the classic projectors, I would say, is the typical archetype of a projector that doesn't have any motorized energy in their body, which means, again, the sacral will be open, the root, solar plexus, and ego. So what this really means is that you guys will be very sensitive to the motorized energy of the other people. You might feel that you are not as energetic as the majority of the population. However, you are the biggest mirrors for generators and for manifesting generators. These are the biggest strategists of this planet, and you guys require even more wisdom than any other projector type, because you might be tempted into living your north-south theme, like trying to work hard, trying to taking on that pressure and working under pressure. Like your biggest lesson in life is to understand that you came for other people. And maybe it sounds a little bit pessimistic, but from my own experience, the great news is that people who don't work hard, they actually are the most successful, because the type of work they do is very, very different. Again, let's move to the motorized projectors. You guys will have 1, 2, or maybe even 3 motor centers defined, with an exception of your sacral. It will always be white, as I mentioned. And the motorized projectors will have this big temptation to work as a generator or as a manifesting generator, because you guys feel slightly more energetic since there are, motorized energy centers in your body. But you have that, with having those motorized energy centers, you have that pressure to impact other people, but again, not to work hard, not to work long hours as other projectors. So you're more practical, I would say. So it's not just like about guiding people, telling them what to do, but taking a specific action that will push other people into changing the way they live or the way they do things. So Mental projectors. A mental projector is a very unique and interesting type as well. So you guys will have your throat, your crown, or your ajna defined. It can be 2 centers, can be all 3, can be that can be different variations. This is, again, that typical archetype of a projector that, again, doesn't have any motorized energy center. And for you guys, the biggest thing to understand is that you can't take decisions from your mind, even though you will have a very close connection, a very deep connection with your mind, with your thinking. Those are potentially the smartest projectors you will ever find. And I think what Raoul Rihu tried to say with creating this entire system, the human design, he said that we are not here to make decisions based on our thinking. We are here to rely on our authority. But in your case, you don't have an authority. You don't have anything in your body that tells you that's the wrong thing to do, that's the right thing to do. So for you guys, like, for no other type, your environment is key. You need to make sure that you always take time to make a decision. You don't overanalyze things, and you always try to feel your environment before you make any decision that is important for you. And so, due to the fact that projectors are so good at sensing other people's energy, understanding other people, seeing things that other people can't, they can become really good manipulators in a sense that they will know how to get exactly what they want from other people. Well, there is nothing wrong with that, as long as the projector is not making one of the following mistakes, which lead them to their not self-theme bitterness resulting from rejection or ignorance. So what are those mistakes? Number one, when a projector is trying to impose their opinion on other people before they recognized him or her, before they noticed value in a projector. So again, when there is no external stimulus, external invitation coming your way, you should not be giving people unsolicited advice, because again, this will lead you to bitterness and rejection, or other people will simply not see you for who you are. When you are trying, for example, too hard to stand out, you're trying too hard to draw attention, to get noticed. Again, the harder you try, the more invisible you become. That's not how your strategy works. We will get to that later. Another thing is when you are trying to manifest and initiate, trying to pretend that you are a manifestor, or trying again to work as generators and MGs do. Try to avoid that at any cost, because this will again lead you to rejection, ignorance. You can never compete with a manifestor. You can never compete with a generator. You should not be initiating. You should not be working long hours. It's not what's special about you guys. Success is the self-theme for projectors. It's probably the most important thing. That's the natural state that you should be in most of the time, provided you're following your strategy and authority. And what is your strategy and authority? It is to wait for an invitation. And I know that a lot of people really misunderstand this concept of the invitation. And they often ask me a question, well, if I just sit and do nothing and wait for an invitation, how can I make sure that this invitation comes my way? Or how do I make sure that people will actually notice and recognize me if I don't do anything? This fear of the unknown, what I will never be successful, what if I will be waiting forever and nothing will happen? So I can tell you guys how you can face those fears, but you just have to accept them for now and think that there is nothing wrong with thinking this way. What every single projector has to understand, that there is this healthy active waiting process. How to get an invitation. The first thing you need to be very clear about is what makes you unique. While you're waiting, you have to really understand what's special about you, what skills, talents, knowledge you have that is better than of any other person. What can you do better than other people? You can also ask your friends, your relatives, what's special about you in their mind. Really dedicate some time to do a proper research into your own skills and talents. Human design is a wonderful system to do so. There are other systems, get opinions of other people, but that's the foundation. The second thing to bear in mind is that as soon as you realize what makes you special, find the best way to express this skill, to display this knowledge, to make sure that it gets noticed. Understand what are the best channels to communicate your knowledge, the best places to display your skills and talents. Because in fact, you can't be recognized for something if you don't know what to be recognized for and how to express it. Makes sense, okay? So, active waiting. What can this process include? So the first thing you can do is also increase your value and improve your expertise by deepening your knowledge. Learn new things, cultivate that skill that you've got, the talent that you have, work on it. Don't just, again, sit passively and do nothing. You are great learners. You have the greatest mind capacity probably of all people. Therefore, you have to double down on it. Strategically build the right networks. Your network equals your net worth. Guys, as long as you realize that this is my skill, this is my talent, you have to understand what type of environment do I need to put myself in to display it? What type of network do I need to increase my chances of getting that invitation? Obviously, that should be an environment of like-minded people, or the network where your talent, your skill, your knowledge is needed. So really do some research and understand where you can put yourself and apply this talent that you have. If you are, for example, in business, make sure that you repurpose your content while you are waiting. Make sure you put your best content in the best possible place so that you can give the other people this opportunity to see you and to notice you and to recognize you and to invite you. So a lot of people also get confused. What is that invitation? It doesn't really mean that someone will come to you and say to you, my dear projector, I invite you to join me. No, that's not how it works. Invitation is a human design term, but what it actually is in real day-to-day life, it's when a person has when someone has requested basically your energy. And what I mean by energy, it's your unique perspective on something. They ask for your skill, they ask for your knowledge, they ask for your time or your availability. So this is when someone has noticed that you have something special and they want a little bit of that. So it can be lots of different things, but don't expect that people will use the word I invite you, or you always think that you need to get an invitation for all the things in your life. No, we'll get to that in a bit. So when do you actually, guys, need an invitation? So generally, you need an invitation for only four things in your life. And this is who to work with, who to live with, who to love, and who to be friends with. The reason why in these four scenarios you would need to get that invitation or that recognition we've spoken about is because these four situations require a long-term energy investment or commitment from other people. Therefore, those people need to agree to that commitment, to that investment first on their side. So a lot of people might, again, get a little bit confused, thinking I need to get an invitation to do literally anything in my life. No, only these four situations for the day-to-day stuff, like going shopping, traveling somewhere, or getting in, going to a restaurant, going to the cinema, enrolling on a course. You don't need an invitation. another thing you have to remember that you only need that invitation once, because if you start, for example, living with someone, you don't need that person to invite you twice, 3 times, right? The moment they've realized the need that they want to be with you, they've expressed that need, and then you decide yes or no based on your authority, which will be unique to your body graph. So follow your authority before committing your energy to anything. Do not, guys, accept all the invitations coming your way, because in fact you will be getting a lot of invitations. Some of them will be great for you, some of them are not that good. So you can always obviously negotiate. So the moment someone has recognized you, the world is your oyster. You can always tell people, if you want me to commit my energy to anything, these are my terms and conditions. This is also a great way to boost your confidence, to become more valuable in the eyes of the other person, and again, boost your self-worth in your own eyes. This is how you become an expert. Study your body graph very well. If you are a motorized projector, you will have a mechanism in your body that you can rely on every time, your strategy and authority, obviously ego, spleen, solar plexus, that will be unique to your body graph. If you're a classic or a mental projector, so that will be either your identity authority, which means that you need to make decisions that are aligned with your true nature, with who you are, with your sense of self. And if you're a mental projector, then take your time to make a decision, make sure that you are in the right environment, and process the decision really well before you can come to a conclusion. All right, a manifestation strategy for projectors. So what I want to say is that all projectors are extremely magnetic. You guys shouldn't be really worried that you will never get that invitation, because people can see that you are different. People can sense that you are different, and I'm sure you can sense that too. So what's the best way to achieve that success, to achieve the results that you want? And this is to have this rooted belief in your mind that you are an expert, that you are a leader, to be very aware of your own value, and to think that you are extremely valuable. You are that missing piece of the puzzle that people need to achieve their success. The moment you embody that feeling, the moment people start seeing you as a leader and as an expert. Your unique selling point is your strategic knowledge and system thinking. Be very clear of what exactly makes you unique. Literally make a list of things that you think you can contribute to teams, other people, things that only you can do. The longer is that list, and I'm telling you that list should be long. The more attractive you will be to other people. I work smart versus hard. So extremely important. You guys should not be thinking that if you want to manifest success, you need to work long hours. I'm unique, and I know that you are different to other people. The moment you stop comparing yourself to other people and start thinking that you are like special, that you are more than enough, that you are unlike any other person, that's when other people will sense the difference in you. So make sure you have this belief in your mind as well. And your focus should not be on how to get the recognition and to get noticed. Your focus should be on your own unique talents, skills, knowledge that have this potential to change the world. Okay, so to conclude this video on a positive note, I'd like to let you know, guys, that I'm offering free 30-minute consultations. Obviously, the spots are very limited because I can only do as much. And during this 30 minutes, I help people diagnose their specific situation and help them understand what can be the key reasons that might be blocking you in your business, in your career, the key things in your body graph that indicate that this is your area of development that prevents you from getting that success. So if you would like me to diagnose your specific situation and offer you a few possible solutions, then don't hesitate to book this free session with me in the link that I will attach in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next videos. Bye-bye.